Hello everyone and welcome back yet again to another daily update video. My name is CryptoStash and I hope you're all having an amazing weekend. Currently it is Sunday and let's get right to the charts. Starting off with Bitcoin, of course, nothing much has changed for the past 2 days. You can see Bitcoin is still consolidating around those levels right here. Basically the highs from around $65,000 to $64,000. We are remaining right now above this very key order block that we have right here from the bottom, and overall on the weekly time frame the main target still remains a sweep below this level right here. Now the question is, are we going to actually get that sweep or not? For right now it is looking likely that we'll be going down for another sweep, but if we start pushing back above some of those key levels and then price actually flips them as support, then of course this becomes very possible for us to get basically that one more move down. So if we break this structure right here, if we pump back above $82,000, then I do believe that we are not going to see that sweep right here, and 57k could have marked the bottom. But if we keep that structure and we do get that one more push down, then I will be looking for to go all in right here at those bottoms. Right now on the weekly time frame we do have divergences, bullish divergences printed right here, as you can clearly see, but we do not have that volume. You can see last time when the bottom was marked, the volume was actually very low, and after we started to break out, then our volume came back in, as you can see right here. So basically we are looking for the same thing to happen. On the daily time frame you can see the momentum is still pushing higher right here. On the lower time frame, like the 4-hourly time frame, you can see we are actually printing a bearish divergence right here, which you could say has already played out, with price dropping down 0.6% during the weekend, since the weekend is usually very low volatility. Now most of the altcoins, you can see also the momentum was pretty not that much overbought, but still the momentum started to drop towards the downside. Solana is still going, for example, right here. As you can see, it actually flipped back above its value area low level right here. So this is a very key level in order for us to break for more potential upside. The daily momentum wave is looking very nice for more potential upside. On hype right here, as you can see, we are starting to potentially get some volatility right here, so I am expecting a bigger move to happen. On SUI right here, the daily momentum wave is also trying to curve back up and give us that nice bullish momentum towards the upside. So is on the weekly, you can see that bullish divergence is potentially going to play out. Last time we printed that bullish divergence, it took some weeks, but it actually did play out. This time it might basically play out sooner or maybe even later. It depends. If we look at the S&P 500, you can see right here on the weekly and on the daily time frame we do have decent volume. For this momentum break towards the upside, we got that nice momentum wave up, and right now we are hitting against the monthly R3, which is of course a very key resistance. And if we break through this at the today's open, then I do expect higher prices for next week. Same thing for the Nasdaq. You can see we do have lots of volume coming in. Also the momentum wave is still going towards the upside. It still has more momentum left to give us, but overall pushing against the monthly R1, I don't see a reason why we cannot take the all-time highs yet again, with the dollar actually dropping down below this key level right here. which was previously a resistance, flipped as support, and right now once broken it is acting as resistance yet again. So a potential move down towards those levels right here could very well happen, and then we are going to be watching for a reaction right here at this zone. Gold is pushing higher right now at those EMAs right here on the daily, this cluster of EMAs. It actually did get broken, and the daily candle did close above it right here, above them EMAs, and the momentum wave is still looking nice and for more potential upside. So is on the weekly, looking very, very nice, as you can clearly see it right here. So this is what we want to see for more potential upside. Back to Bitcoin on the short term right here. As you can see right now, the delta has been continuing to climb. Open interest has been dropping, so leverage is exiting the market right now, but the delta is still bullish, which means there are spot buyers supporting this move up, which is why I believe it could continue higher throughout next week. And we do have lots of liquidations piling up towards the upside. Of course, I'm not saying there is none liquidity below us. Even the opposite, there is right now more liquidity sitting below us, which I do believe will get taken out. But as of how things are looking right now, it does look more likely that we will take the liquidity towards the upside before we actually go down to take this liquidity lower. Fear and Greed Index is remaining at 40 for the weekend. Nothing has changed since yesterday. Spot ETFs, also nothing has changed since it is the weekend. Last week was 5 out of 5 days being bullish in the green, basically, with buys for Bitcoin spot ETFs from the big institutions, which is pretty nice to see and gives us that confidence for us to be bullish throughout next week. Long versus shorts ratio right now is sitting more on the long side, which is basically why we could get another pullback lower to liquidate those late longs that have been opening up right here. You can see more longs in the market right now than shorts, so a move towards the downside will not be surprising at all. Let's see for next week. We do have PPI data coming out on Wednesday, so that's one more important day to look for. On Monday there's basically nothing important. Bank of Japan is on holiday on Monday. We do have the Australian rates decision. I don't think that will impact the market that much, at least Bitcoin and the indices. We do also have on Thursday PPI data coming out and inflation data on Friday, retail sales, so important data throughout Wednesday and Friday next week, so watch out for that. And I do believe this would cover it for this quick Sundays update. Hope you liked it, and I'll see you again in the next one. Bye.